Alright, so we're making these parts for the Maker Mike show. These are parts for his Core XY 3D printer that he designed. These are the two plates. There's one more plate that's going to look just like this, but it's going to have a series of vents for fan air. And let me show you what it looks like. Alright, so it's going to look something like this. So the challenge of making this part right here is basically, what we gotta do is we gotta have two clamps to clamp the stock material down. And the problem is he's got geometry like all over the place, so it's hard to get a good clamp. I could put two clamps, a clamp here and here to hold the stock material down, but what's gonna happen is there's too much material right here and it'll deflect as it's cutting and kind of bounce around. And it could actually move the material out of alignment, so we don't want that to happen. So what I'm probably going to do is put a clamp here and here and cut the sides and drill these holes. And yeah, I'll probably put a clamp right here. Let me come in and do the sides. We could do the middle part too, it don't really matter. And then we'll come in and do everything else that we couldn't get to. Well, line it up like this. Line everything up. I want to keep it straight as possible. We'll check it with an indicator, but this works pretty well. We can actually get it within about 5 or 10 thousandths, and then we chase it with an indicator, kind of tap it in place. But this is actually doing it just like this seems to be like the fastest way. It's just the easiest way. If anybody else has a better idea, let me know, but this works pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. I already have this one made. This one's exactly like the one we're about to make. Besides, the one we're about to make, it's the same thing, but it has vents for the fans. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to sit this right here just to give me like an idea of where to put my clamps at. And we made these custom, I don't know, I mean, all it is a piece of metal with two holes, but we made these custom for doing these plates right here. Make sure the screw's sticking out far enough. So we made some of these plates a few weeks ago for Mike. He had some design changes, so we are upgrading and updating for his new plates. Alright, so I'm just getting it hand tight so I got some wiggle room. Alright, cool. Alright, so the new plate doesn't have a hole here. It's just two holes here, then you got the three center ones, and then the vents. So I think this worked out pretty good. Alright, so I still have a little bit of wiggle room right here. So I'll probably loosen up just a hair, pull this forward, push it down. There's probably a better way to do this, but since we're making like one plate, one of each, we're just trying to get the job done. So yeah, we could make a fixture, but when you're making one-off parts, you really don't want to waste your time making fixtures. You just kind of want to get the job done. And this definitely gets the job done. Now I usually go around and kind of tighten each one. If you tighten one side down too much, it will lift this up. So you have to kind of think about that. That's the reason why I kind of jump back and forth, you know. Make sure it locks down gradually instead of locking one side down where one side can lift up. Because what will happen if you say you lock one side down really good, it may put some force and try to lift this side up, and it may feel like it's locked, but it's actually not held down properly. So I kind of gradually, you know, do about half turn. I'm saying a half turn, but it's really by feel about how much torque. All right, so it looks pretty good. So we're gonna stick an indicator on it, run it across, see what it comes up with. Now these plates, even if we were a couple of thousandths off, it wouldn't really matter. And the reason why I say that is because everything is machined in one operation, okay? So what I'm saying that is, as long as all the holes are drilled all at the same time, the holes are all going to be in position
in correspondence with each other, at least.
Exactly. They're all positioned relative to each other. Okay, and the sides are cut at the same time. So now one thing you have to watch out for is, because I'm gonna clamp on the outside, the middle will want to kind of bow up a little bit. So that's something we have to think about too. All right, so I'm gonna put it on 0, and we'll run it across.
This is our high-tech beating block.
This is the best technology that machine shops have to offer. See how close we are. We can only get so close, but since everything is machined all in one operation, all of the holes and hole patterns and vents are all going to be in position relative to itself. So right here we're at 0, and as I get the middle, it bows up about 3 thousandths, and then when it gets closer to the clamp, we're back at 0. We're gonna call that good. 3 thousandths isn't gonna affect anything, not for the application. Now if we're making oil fill parts or satellites or NASA, yeah, we're gonna get that baby right on.
Wait, we can make NASA?